Alright guys, we're going to do a video. I want to take the ROLAG we made in yesterday's video and see how hard or difficult it is, or possibly how easy it is to turn this into yarn. And to do that, and I've never spun a ROLAG, so I have no idea if this is going to turn out disastrous or not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find a scrap piece of yarn down here to start off with. No idea what kind of yarn this is. It's in my scrap bin at my feet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to start off. I don't think I made that long enough. Bentley, you can't keep running in and out. Hang on. Spot focus keeps getting turned on. Alright. I got a cut of thread. I'm going to put on here to start as a lead. Let's see if we can draft some of this. And of course, this is going to be all the short fibers. If you watched yesterday's video, you know that some of the yarn had short fibers on it. And so because of that, I feel like this might be easier to hold on to because it's right there. Now, I have not been using the park and draft method for a little while now because I learned how to just do the long draft. So I'm trying to do park and draft so that I can show you guys at... Wow, I'm turning really blotchy. I'm also not feeling real good, so this might be a short video. Sorry. Mr. Simmons worried about me because I told him I wasn't feeling good in my symptoms. He's yelling at me to go check my blood sugar, which I have not done yet. I will. Don't worry. I don't think it's my sugar. I spun a little bit while I was on the phone with him. And it looks kind of blurry. I am liking the way this is feeling spinning up, because this is a lot of fiber, and usually I have like a long thing hanging on my body and it falls down and gets tangled up in here, and that's not necessarily happening with this, but also like the yarn is right here at my fingertips and it just keeps pulling from the ROLAG. So you see though, because of the type of fiber it is, it's going to be very thick thin, which I am fine with. I'm absolutely fine with. It is definitely stickier than what I'm used to. I'm trying to do this on camera, but I don't have a whole lot of room. There's a cotton bit. The cotton bit is making like it thick thin. See? Alright, if I can block my eyes, I think it's going to be cool. Kind of excited. This is what you call an art yarn. Well, it's not supposed to break apart like it did, but I noticed that I have a lot of problems holding on to the yarn when I'm having hand issues. Hand issues are a real problem for me. My battery's gonna die. I'll be right back with you guys. I'm gonna attach this yarn and change the battery. And we're back in business. Just gotta change the battery. Yeah, the cotton fluffs. The cotton fluffs are wanting to pull apart. So where there's a big thing, this is the first ROLAG that I made though, so keep that in mind. So this is the first time I've ever spun with cotton. And it's the first time I've ever spun with a ROLAG that I made myself. This is the first ROLAG I've ever made. And so all of these create a learning curve. Look how pretty that. That's one of the things I like about barber pole or spinning is you get barber poling, which is this. And it really, really makes the yarn unique and pretty, but also like marled is my favorite style of yarn. And this is incredibly difficult to get even because of those cotton bits, but it's still spinning. I'm trying to break the cotton bits apart. I think perhaps I just need to let them be. It actually adds a really cool, like pretty, I'll show you, hang on. Isn't that pretty? Definitely interesting. Adds character. And I like the ROLAG because it's easier to hold on to. What I'm just doing is I'm spinning it and drafting. And dropping. That's why it's called a drop spindle, folks. It's when I hit a big patch of cotton is when it pulls. And the reason, one of the main reasons I'm doing this video, I'm gonna be real honest, I've had quite a few people, where are you pulling apart from? In the Facebook group saying, I'm trying to spin, it's not working out real well, I'm struggling. Or, I tried spinning a long time ago, and I gave up because it was hard. It is hard to learn something new. It absolutely is hard to learn something new. There's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of, oh crap, I just dropped my spindle. And even right now it's tangling on me. It's trying to unravel. I wanted to show you guys, even though my yarn, my finished product is looking beautiful, Cinnamon Stitches struggles with it too. And I get frustrated some days and I'm like, ugh, I just want to just throw it across the room. Yep. Come on, are you going to grab or not? Yep, it's not going to grab. Something I do that I have not seen other people do is I wet the wool, almost to fuse it together. I've not seen anybody do that. Put a little spit in it. There we go. Now it's gripping. And it's falling apart because it's a cotton bit. I don't think in the future I'm going to spin a whole lot of cotton. It's not real easy to do. At least for a noob like me. I'm struggling a little bit with it. It's pretty and it feels really soft. But, yeah, it's not real easy to spin. It has really short fibers. And this keeps bouncing off my stomach and stopping, so I think I need to back up a little bit. Where you at? Oh, you're in your bed. Alright, I don't want to run you over, Bubba. Woo! Yeah, a fat piece. And this is why, folks, this is called an art yarn. Because it's going to have a bunch of lumpy bumpy bits. And it's going to knit up so beautiful. Do you guys remember that shawl that I made? I don't know if it's in here anymore. With a bamboo pop yarn. And it was the yarn was very much lumpy bumpy like that. And it's a high-end yarn that Universal Yarn sells. It's called Bamboo Bloom. Bamboo Bloom, yeah. not bamboo pop. And the whole point of it is it's thick thin. So it's got big giant puffs of bamboo and wool. Well, I think the bamboo is the slick part. And I think the big puffs is the wool. And apparently I can't talk and concentrate, so. Big long breaks. People pay $11, $12, $13 for a hank of yarn with those big lumpy bumps. I can do that. And a lot of people actually take the time to learn the technique to make it lumpy bumpy. That's what we're calling it, lumpy bumpy. We're just adding a whole bunch of like new phrases to spinning, okay? So we have fluff instead of roving, because I like the word fluff better. We have lumpy bumps instead of whatever they call it in the spinning world. Thick thin, I don't know what they call it. This is art yarn. This is looking so beautiful. But yeah, I wanted to come on and do this because quite a few people have taken up spinning in my Facebook group particularly. Well, you guys too, because like you're in my Facebook group, but I've had a lot of people say, hey, like I took up spinning, look what I'm doing. And I'm so proud of you for that. I'm so proud of you because I was terrified to take up spinning. I was so scared to do this, and look at me. I'm doing all kinds of cool stuff. So I've also been getting an influx of people saying, I tried garments for the first time because of you, Cinnamon Stitches, and I'm so grateful for you because now I feel beautiful and I can make my own garments, and I was afraid, and that makes me so proud. It makes me so proud. Like, proud of myself, proud of all of you guys, proud of like our impact on this community. Like, it's pretty dang amazing to inspire somebody to try something new and to give them courage to do something that's scary. Because I have been on the receiving end of finding bravery through someone else's inspiration, and to be the cause of an inspiration to anybody is a really big deal. And I actually posted about that in my Facebook group because this is turning out really cool. I'm having fun with this. It's just really, it's an inspiration to me that so many of you are out there doing like cool new art projects and learning new things. One of my biggest inspirations in life in general is Grandma, and that's Mr. Cinnamon's grandma. And the reason she's such a big inspiration to me is because I met her 20 some years ago. Oh, this section is so pretty. I know you guys can't see because my face is in the way, but look at that. So she was late 50s, early 60s, I think, when I met her. And she was still taking classes at the college. She worked at the college, too. She had retired from the post office. She was working at the college. She was doing HR stuff, and she was taking college classes still. And she would come home in the evening, and Grandpa would go out and get her book bag for her, which I thought was the sweetest thing in the entire world. And I told Mr. Cinnamon, I was like, I want to grow up and be them. And Grandma told me something after Grandpa died. She said that they did everything wrong and it wasn't supposed to work out. And she doesn't know how they ended up together for so long because they did everything wrong. They did everything backwards. And it's locked. Did you feed him? I'll be done with this video in a few minutes. I told Mr. Cinnamon, like, my goal is to be like them, because we too did everything wrong. The way we did things was backwards in life, and it wasn't supposed to work out, and it did. Thank God. But yeah, she's been my inspiration because she has always been a component of never stop learning, never stop trying to improve yourself. No matter how old you get, like, there's always more that you don't know. There's always more that you can do with your life. And to me, like, yeah, that's kind of a big deal. Because I'm going to tell you a little secret. I had a full-on meltdown when I turned 20 years old. My 20th birthday, I cried the whole day. And for about a week, I was really depressed. Why? Really stupid reason. I'm all of 20 years old. I hadn't done anything with my life yet. I kind of just felt stuck. I was living with my mom and dad. I had not yet met Mr. Cinnamon. I had some really bad, stupid relationships as a teenager, and I just felt like, God, I'm not doing anything with my life. And I had no interest whatsoever in going to college, because high school and middle school and elementary school was a lot like what my son is going through, where it was torturous. And the idea of going to more school sounded like torture. So I knew that college was not an option. I just had no idea where my life was going. I just felt stuck at 20 years old. Full on midlife crisis. I look back now and I'm like, God, you were so stupid. There was so much more of life see, it broke again. There was so much more life coming to me. I spun it too thin. And I felt lost. Little did I know, the whole world was about to open up to me when I met Mr. Cinnamon. What in the world happened there? Oh, I picked up fiber off of the table. And so that's why I think it's so important to continue learning. Also, like, I get bored easily. I am constantly on the search for more input. I'm like Johnny Five from Short Circuit. You guys remember that movie? Like, I just need more and more input constantly. I need to be learning. I don't know why. But I just, like, am on a constant quest to learn more, be more, do more. Yeah, that's gonna break. I usually go much longer strands than this because I like to spin standing up. It's fun. It also gets me off my butt. Circulating, going to my legs. I spin standing up. I could not spin standing up when I first started spinning because I would throw the spindle halfway across the backyard. I also like spinning in the backyard. Like, I really like being outside with nature. I also sometimes pretend like I'm way back in time and I'm doing this because it's a necessity of life. I just think it would just be cool to... it probably wouldn't have been cool to be born way back then. But I like the ancient crafts. I'm fascinated by them. I love the feel of wool in my hand, yarn, wool. Even if it's acrylic wool, cotton, doesn't matter. I just like the feel of it. Look at that, we're cruising now, guys. Isn't that beautiful? And 100% unique. There's no more yarn like this in the entire world. And even the second ROLAG I made from the same process, it's all was part of the same bat. It's not going to be the same at all. Am I spinning the right way? No, I'm spinning the wrong way. Spun it backwards. Spun it backwards. There we go. You'd be surprised what a little saliva does to join the wools together. I got a cotton pocket, so we're probably going to break again. How much have we learned since yesterday? Spinning is very much getting a feel for it. And it's something you have to learn. I can't teach you like what it's supposed to feel like. You have to like get a feel for it by practicing. And these two fibers, the cotton and the purple, are both short fiber. Like they have really short, called a short staple length. So the fibers are real short, which is a little bit harder to spin for me. It might be easy for some people, but for me it's on the difficult side. I can't believe we're almost through this whole ROLAG already. Because that keeps happening. Yeah, so if you're taking your hand at spinning and you're frustrated because it looks lumpy bumpy, some people want it to look that way. Or if it's thick, or if it's too thin. If it keeps breaking, yeah, that happens. Just keep going. Keep trying. Am I spinning it the right way? Yes. It's like, wait a minute. Am I spinning it wrong again? Alright, we got a good spin. And we hit a part where the fibers are a little bit longer, so it's wanting to draft real easy. Just gotta make sure it doesn't hit the floor. It hit the floor. Next thing you know. Yep. Another trick that I do is I grab it with my feet very frequently. Bentley wants to go eat really bad. I'm going to finish up this ROLAG with you guys, then I'm going to let him out. But isn't it beautiful? I just think it's so pretty. I really like these colors. And I'm really relieved that I'm able to use them, because I felt so stupid when I bought these because I didn't realize they were for felting. I was just like, oh, pretty colors, and they were a good price, and put them in my basket. And then I was like, wait a minute, these are for felting. These are not spinning real easily. And then I felt dumb because I didn't know what I was doing. And I mean, I'm a beginner. I should give myself some credit. A little hard bit in there. Just a little bit of plant life from the cotton. And now I'm like really, really excited. So once again, thank you, Tracy, because she sent me the blending board. She's the sponsor of this week's videos. Tracy, give her a round of applause. Woo! She made all these fun videos possible by sending me a blending board so I could play with my fibers and turn them into something glorious. It's funny, like there was a little tiny spot of green and then most of it is not green at all. And I'm like, where the heck did the green come from? And just like that, we're at the end. And then when it gets to about this point, I bring in the other one and I attach it. There you have it. Alright guys, we spun our first ROLAG into this beautiful little bobbin of yarn. There's not a whole lot here. We're going to attach this one. We're going to see how much we can get. I should pull out, where is my scale? I don't know where my scale is. I was going to say, if I pull out my scale, I can weigh this. There it is. And we can get an estimate about how much how many ounces we can get. Really? It's saying low, which means it's a low battery. Come on. Just give me one little weigh. One little weigh. We don't want grams. Ounces. 0.3 ounces. we can get a better idea how much is in 2 of them. A 1/2 ounce. So we'll get a 1/2 ounce. Or 13 grams of yarn per 2 ROLAGs. But I may blend a lot of these together and do 4 together, and it will be like a very unique yarn and beautiful, because these are all, I use the same yarns, I just use different colors. And this has some of the burgundy in it. So yeah, I will show you guys this when I finish it. I don't know when that's going to be though. But yeah, thank you so much for watching me spin a ROLAG, my first ROLAG, into yarn. Now what I'm going to do when I'm done with these is I'm going to wet them, thwack them, hang them to dry with a weight in them, and then hang them up and make a beautiful hank of yarn that looks nothing like these colors, but I mean, it will be the same because it'll look marled, so it'll look similar to that with just wildly different colors. Actually, it will probably look closer to this with different colors. So you'll have some barber striping and some not. And I don't think I'm going to ply that because it's on the thick thin side, and I don't want to ply that. I don't think that's a good yarn to ply, but yeah, I will show you that when it's done. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.